Morning, everyone. Still getting set up. Running a few minutes behind, sorry. Just be a couple minutes. Trying to get my webcam working and it's like not working. Oh, there it is. And it's definitely not pointed at me. I should just leave it like that. Gives me more character if I'm upside down. What did I do? How did I make it just... There we go. I don't know how much of this is coming across to you guys, but cracking me up. Good morning. How is everyone today? No, that's my old screenshot. So let's log in. I haven't built anything yet. I actually wanted to do the design part, so it's not anybody's design specifically. Let's see over here. So, round about here, this is where I took the screenshot. We've already got, this was somebody else's design. This one was. Over here. This is a regular crop farm. I don't remember whose design it was. I made it in a video 94 or something like that. It wasn't that long ago. So I took this as a screenshot just to make just to have a screenshot because it was something similar to what I was trying to build. But I wanted to start in creative. And yep. We're just gonna ignore everything going on there. And I'm apparently in spectator mode. There we go. Oh, I might have just been in creative. So let's just pick a spot. Let's go 20,000, this, and 4,000. Looks good to me. That one's not directly, that one's not El Mango's design. I don't know what El Mango's design is, but it could be similar. The crop farm, the carrot and potato farm, because regular farms don't create wheat, they create bread. So I am looking to make one that actually creates wheat. And the way that you can do that, I'm told, is that if you fill... Morning, Carms, how you doing? I can join the player chat if he wants to talk or anything like that. So basically, you fill their inventory with seeds, and then they just drop the wheat on the ground, and then you have to run underneath it with a mine cart, and then you can collect all the wheat that way. And so it seems like it's simple enough principle that I figured I would give it a shot and see. I am curious about one thing though. So the shape here, there it goes. We got 1 point of water here, and I don't remember where the other points of water are. Because I'm wondering, first of all, how many specific crops can one villager handle in an average amount of time? It seems like they're handling most of these crops for this specific size, and I think that was actually by design so that they you have slightly more than they actually can handle. Yeah, so you run a hopper minecart underneath it and you collect everything. They just leave all the wheat on the ground and you just collect it. So that was the general idea. So I think based on the other we had a breeder on my page. Oh, that one. Oh, it is still up. So this thing has slightly fewer per villager. There's actually. Oh, hi. How you doing? So I'm wondering. I think this one was 128 for 4 villagers to process, or something like that. It looks right. Here, we can actually break in and take a look. And we're actually breaking everything. Let's make sure we sleep first. So we got a baby villager there. Let's not let him out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 33. It's probably 32. So yeah, it was 32 for villager. The other one's quite a bit more. Repeaters just carry on a signal, but they add a little bit of a delay. And they also strengthen a signal. So they just take a signal that you've got and they make the signal strong again and they just continue it. There's a few other things that they do, but the general principle is that. And comparators will actually allow you to do evaluations between the strength of two different signals. I actually have a video on comparators, and it's pretty useful, I think. I actually learned quite a bit from comparators. Morning, Carms. How are you doing? I assume that's Carms.
Okay, I'm doing fine. Just a bit tired.
Yeah.
Oh, my sound. It was 100%. You destroyed my ears.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Well,
And think it was. Okay, so there's one water. Oh, this whole thing is water. Okay, that makes sense. So that's how this one is laid out. This is conveniently cubed. So let me carry this across. I don't have any. Uh, there it is. Let's go lever, because I don't have any sticks or. All right. Grabbing this design, I don't know if I'm going to reuse it or not, but it's pretty close to square. And it suits our needs for the most part. What happened? Why is my there it goes. That was weird. I don't know what I did. Here, let me 1 second. Hmm,
he's gone.
who's gone? Me?
Oh no. You heard nothing. It is not coming correctly.
There. Uh, sorry, 1 second. is this not working? There it goes. There's one. And there is the other. If you're interested in videos on repeaters and comparators and how they work and everything like that. This is actually a nice start anyways. It's a little silly we're using a lever, but did I not save that schematic? I did not save that schematic. There we go. Yeah, I discontinued the series because it wasn't very popular, but I still think it's got a lot of useful information in there. And I think there's some really cool stuff on comparators and seeing how those work, because
They're the worst. They're so hard to understand.
yeah, there's a lot of different things. Like their basic function is actually pretty easy, but there's a lot of different things that they do.
That's too much for my 2 brain cells.
I swear I just saved this in. Save schematic. And I typed farm, right? Schematics temp. Failed to already exist. It's right there. Oops. I come into here. Schematics temp. Farm. There it is. Wasn't there before. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. The nice thing about this is if we use this design, it would look a lot like the other thing, or the other one. The one downside is that we need to manage their inventories. We also wouldn't need this in a middle part with the villager. So let me take this right here. Let's get rid of all these carrots, basically. So let's replace this carrot. Oops. Really? There we go.
Need some help?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if you want to come play, you
That's
can.
fine.
Right now, I'm just trying to mess with a few ideas. Did that work? That kind of worked.
What's your problem?
No, then I'm just trying to clear out all these carrots right now.
Oh.
But I can use light manica for it. But I have to remove them at every single growing height. Geez, how many are there? Oh, they're growing while I'm doing it. Game rule, random, tick speed, 3. Make sure we change that in creative quite a lot. So sometimes it ends up stuck. This is good enough for me. Is the game frozen? These guys aren't moving.
I don't think so. I think they're just done. Wait, let's kill them and then... Okay, they are definitely moving. You just gotta hit them. They're just pretty stupid.
No, there's something wrong.
Because you just froze the game.
Oh, I just froze the game. Okay. I thought it was...
Bro.
Okay, there it goes. They're just dumb. Okay. How do I... The Shulker farm should still work in 1.17. There's not a lot of reason to do it because you can now do it in vanilla. But that one's obviously faster and easier to set up if you really wanted to do it. But I can't think of any reason it would stop working unless Nembom decides to take off the option from Carpet Mod at some point in the future. All right, so what I want to do is, so I want to carpet. There's a way to see what the villagers are holding using carpet, and I don't remember how to do that. One second. Let me... creative tools. Push limit, quasi, portal, explosions, removing random, lag free, bug fixes, game monitoring, info, or track.
Info command displays some useful information about blocks. There used to be a similar command
Track.
for info in the comments. The track command is a new command.
That's what it is. So track villager breeding. That should show their food. Okay. So my problem is that I'm going to have a bunch of villagers that I have bred up with carrots. So they're going to have carrots in their inventory, and I need to... I don't know if I can get rid of their inventory once they've got a bunch of carrots in it. They'll probably just start planting it. And I'd have to remove it. So this guy's got carrots. This guy's... I'm just going to kill this guy because he's a distraction. So this guy's got 5 food. These guys have no food. So if we fill him up with seeds... They can hold like 5 stacks of items, can't they? I think that's what they can hold. Actually, I dropped 8 stacks, so how many are left on the ground? Oh, he picked up everything. Okay, he picked up everything. How many can he hold? So that's 10 stacks. Will he hold 10 stacks? Well, I can tell you one thing, Mohammed, as somebody who recently moved shulkers for something else, moving shulkers is an awful experience, and it's not a lot of fun. I do not recommend it. But, I mean, it's the vanilla way now, but I do think that in vanilla they should make shulkers a little easier to move. Because, especially getting them through the end portal, there's no easy way to do that. And it's a little bit frustrating trying to get him to do that. All right, so he won't pick up these ones. What if I drop them right on him? I could just look at the wiki and see how many items they'll hold. Stand still for 5 seconds, jeez. Oh, they're composting them, so I need to block their access to the composter? But I need them to have the job. Because they'll just get rid of wheat seeds with the composter if I give them a composter that they can actually access. Will he keep the job? Yeah, he'll keep the job, right? If I just block it. Oh. Villagers, man. They will do everything you don't want them to. Like, if there's anything that you, like, don't want them to do, they will do that one thing immediately. Just like you place a block, they're going to walk on it. You open up a gateway, they're going to walk right through it. Like, the second you do it. Villagers. Every time. So maybe... Oh no, Carms.
What?
I don't need your help growing crops.
Yeah.
Why did you kill that guy?
Because I'm the villager.
No, Carms, you're... All right, we'll plant some wheat seeds then. There you go. You're doing it too fast. They do it slow. And you gotta say, while you're doing it.
Oh.
Hmm.
Huh? Oh.
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 Such a goofball.
Oh.
1 second. Let me look at the villager wiki.
Oh. Oh.
All right. Clear now that Carms isn't going to be any real help.
Did you really think that I was going to be helpful?
I don't know why I killed that guy. I actually wanted him. You know, I did. I think I honestly did.
Well,
You have your moments.
I guess I'm just going to recall the time lapse.
All right.
Okay, I'm done planting the seeds. We can be free now. Go villager.
Thanks, villager. All right, so
Yep, the pollen.
curing, spawning regular, behavior, movement patterns, preferred path, job site, blocks, picking up items. They have 8 hidden inventory slots, which start whenever the villagers spawned. Villagers do not intentionally seek items, but they do collect bread, carrots, wheat seeds, beetroot seeds, and bone meal within range. Do they use bone meal? Sharing food, farming. So they have 8 slots. So that's good to know. So you'd have to fill up all 8 slots. And probably give them quite a bit of extra. And then let's do a tick warp. And let's pump up the random tick speed to 10 so that things grow a little bit faster. How's this guy out of wheat seed already? What did he do? This guy's just like not planting. This guy's not picking his crops. Is it because they can't get to their job block? All right. Did he get out? He immediately ran over to this guy and started mating. You know what? Whatever. Man, they're the worst. Here. This will Oh, I need a glass block about this so that it'll stop doing that. That's right. This should fill his inventory up with wheat eventually. Like, because he has nothing to do with the wheat. I guess he'll compost it. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, they won't do anything if they can't get their composters. But I need them to not compost things. I'm telling you, every time you don't want them to do something, they will immediately do that thing. It's like they know what you don't want them to do. Yeah, his inventory is almost full. What happens when that happens? Does he just stop? He's still harvesting. Morning, how's it going? Or not morning everywhere in the world. It's morning for me. They don't have a bed. All right, that's enough of that. All right, so run into a little bit of a problem here. So this is working, but he's not keeping any of the bread. Okay, now it's nighttime, so let's make sure it's not nighttime. Okay, he's working. Okay, he's working with the composter covered. His inventory should start to fill up. Game rule, do daylight cycle, faults. That way we don't have to worry about the nighttime. If we were AFKing this farm, we would sleep all the time anyways. Let's go 4 million.
Mm.
That Carms? Hello? Oh, he's muted. And now they're not harvesting the crops because his inventory is full? Alright, let's start with a fresh villager. Because his inventory is definitely full.
Yes, what did you need me for?
What?
Well, you asked where I was on complaints, and I was muted.
Oh, no, I just, you made sound for a second.
Oh. Well, it was my fault.
Yeah. No worries. I just was curious.
Hey.
They don't do anything if their composter is blocked. Huh. Can I keep their composter from working? Did he get out? villagers, man. I just broke a few blocks real quick, and like in that instant, he got out. I mean, I know it's a long time and tick warp, but still. He's not taking a job because we need to destroy this. There it goes. Did he get out? How? How did he get out?
He has superpowers.
That's okay, he's not farming either. I thought this would be an easy idea, and it is not working the way that I had planned. That's okay, though. I'll keep working on it.
Wait, why do you need a crop farm?
I need hay bales in order to make target blocks.
Oh.
And they use a lot of wheat, and it's really annoying to have to grow wheat the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
Or to use like a micro farm, like they're really slow. If you need a decent amount, yeah. The little micro farms where you bone meal them, and
it's not that slow.
it's slow. And I mean, if you need 9 stacks of wheat to make 1 stack of target blocks, or 8 stacks of wheat. So I like using target blocks for things. I use them quite a bit. And I'm always running out, and I'm always having to make more, and it's super annoying. So I wanted something that'd give me like a whole bunch of wheat, so that I never had to worry about it.
Fair enough.
Also, hay bales are a cool building block.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But this guy is not farming a thing. All right. Let's just start over. There, you. Start farming.
You forgot to say please.
No, I don't say please to villagers.
Well, they won't work.
They don't do work anyways.
True.
They're stubborn whether you say please or not, so I stopped bothering. Yeah, like these guys won't farm. What in the world's going on here? Well, like this should be fundamental. Like he shouldn't have any issue here. Am I the one that was wrong? No, it's the kids that are wrong. What is wrong with this? This is very strange. Is it the time? Did I like change the time at a weird time? Yeah, I must have changed the time at a weird time. Okay. This time they are leaving a bunch of stuff on the ground, but not everything. This is pretty decent, but it's not quite what I want. So, will he continue? Get down. All right. He is continuing to farm, despite his composter being blocked. He's currently picking everything up, though. Now he's leaving wheat on the ground. And bread. He's throwing down bread. So I think this is the point at which we need to try and fill his inventory with wheat seeds. Because I don't think he'll throw those down. So if we can get him to like accidentally just throw so many around that he accidentally picks them up and fills his inventory. Or maybe we have to fill his inventory initially before he even gets started. That's probably right. He's still picking up bread. Or he's picking up wheat. I mean, it gives me a little bit of time to pick it up. All right, let me try killing them. Let's tick freeze. Let's plop a villager down. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did he pick those up? Or no? There should be some left over. All right, so now he should only have wheat seeds. I think. And this is where he's not doing anything. He even has wheat seeds to plant right here. Oh, he's nothing. Where'd they all go? Oh, and he can't reach the composter. That's the problem. Okay. All right. Let's... All right, well, that was fun. All right, let's come over here. Let's give him a composter. Let's get rid of this one. Put a slab down. Oh, it's in a slab already. Put that slab down. Oh, that's kind of awkward for the next level if we stack these, but whatever. We'll figure that out later. Let's do a trapdoor right here. Drop down 8 stacks of wheat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit extra. Let's make sure that he can't go this way or this way. I will do a carpet, or I will do a vanilla shulker farm. Did I pick up the wheat seeds? Jeez. Oh, it's because it's on. It's on tick warp, so 5 minutes passed because nothing's happening. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pop down a villager here. Now if we untick freeze, that is not what I wanted to have happen. Why would you do that? I was hoping he'd go for the crops and fall off. I didn't want him to immediately come and compost. I want them to not compost anything. I want them to not have any opportunity. I need them to see the composter, get the seeds. I get it. I really do. Like I said, moving shulkers, I think, like, I moved shulkers recently. You'll see in my next video, I did a bunch of moving shulkers for something different, and it's awful. They really need to improve if they're gonna make shulkers like a big part of the mechanic where you actually need to move them in order to get a farm working. They should make it easier to move shulkers. Like, getting them through the end portals is awful. So what is he doing? He has no food. Why is this composter doing anything? He doesn't have anything. Oh, he's just activating it a bunch of times. All right, so maybe... It says he has 0 food. He just picked up like 10 stacks of food. I don't know how I'm going to control this in vanilla. This seems like a really difficult thing to control. It still says 0. But he won't pick up any food here. Now he picked it up, but it still says 0. Something's not right. Also, oh, he keeps trying to go for the composter. And he's only sticking to this area. You can't path to your composter. So stop trying. All right, so this has not worked. So I need this to be their composter. Because their composter has to be, but they need to see it in order to get the job, but not be able to use it. Oh, with TNT looting? Probably not. Maybe. I don't have a lot of love for TNT looting. I think it's a bit cheap. And it's a bit one note. And it's also very expensive, and people pretend like it's super easy to get. But unless you're duping sand, there's no real way to TNT loot. So a tick freeze. Try to put funnel carts down and closes access to other villagers. I have funnel carts over here, and I could put a villager over there, and he'll throw things at other villager, and I'll catch him, but then he'll throw bread. And I don't want bread. What I want is like a one-way door. Yeah, with the standard villager crop farm, they will send, if you put a villager in the middle here, and so the carrot farmer will sit here and he'll toss carrots to the other villager right here, and the hopper mine carts will collect them. That works for carrots, it works for beetroots, it works for potatoes. Doesn't work for wheat because they will turn the wheat into bread and they will throw bread to the other villager. And so it won't work the way that I want it to. And I don't want bread. All right, so he's just freely coming and going. That is not working as a one-way door. Where'd he go? Did he die? All right, so let's turn the trach warp off first of all. What happens when he comes through here? Who is? Oh. Yeah, get out of here. Nobody wants you. See if we can fix this. Because it's like double operating, which it's supposed to do, but that's not what I want. So if we do this target block like that, that's if we want this one here. So if I put a villager there and he walks out, it should close forever after the second he walks out. Nope. It just slowly murders him. I've invented a way to slowly murder villagers. Why does this? Right. So if I walk through here, I touch the string. Why is it working twice? I think that'll work. All right, that kind of worked. Nope, it insists on double operating. Oh, this is going to quasi it, so that's part of the problem. No block there, redstone dust there. No, you die. Now walk out. No, stay shut. God. Why is it? It's still gonna double signal every time, isn't it? Oh, so yeah, I don't want this. I don't get it. It shouldn't double signal this way. Just trying to set up a crop farm. And I am not having any success. Maybe... I need these guys to have their inventory filled with wheat seeds. Filled completely with wheat seeds. But I need them to not have access to their composter. But I need them to see their composter for long enough to take the job and then do their normal work. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a way, like a one-way door. But now he can hit this little thing anytime he wants. I'd have to remove that once he's in there. All right. Redstone doesn't make any sense here. So I guess we just manually do it. Strength. There we go. All right. That's an interesting idea. It still says 0. Oh, because seeds aren't food. That's why it says 0. So I can't see his inventory this way. But he's leaving an awful lot of wheat just laying around. And he doesn't seem to be throwing bread down, which is something I saw before. So I would say this is actually working. Yeah, he's okay. I like the idea of what you're saying, though. Like, I could trade with him, lock him, and then get rid of the composter. Why won't you trade with me? Because I'm in creative? I should be able to trade in creative, shouldn't I? What's going on here? Oops. I didn't do that. We're just gonna ignore that I did that. I forgot I had strength 200 and I just punched him to death. Let's try this. Let's block him off. Villager. Composter. But the what's are only seeds? Why can I not trade? What in the world is going on here? They won't trade with me. He's not even doing the head bump thing where, like, if they don't have a trade, like if you try to trade with a regular villager. That one's trading. There it goes. Okay, but why won't he trade with me? Oh, emeralds do a special thing in carpet mod. I forgot that. I think it resets one of their things. Maybe their inventory. I don't get why I can't think of any setting that would make it so villagers didn't trade. Villagers won't trade. Yeah, I know how trade blocks work. Trade! There it goes. 6 of the tracking? Yeah, it's okay. Alright, you are that guy. Now, come on this way. Yeah, just fall down. You don't actually need a composter. Just do that. Except I didn't fill his inventory, so it's not going to matter. There we go. And then composter here. And then let's put some glass up here so we can trade with him. Oops, I made a baby. Two. Dang it. Every time. They never do what you want them to. All right. Bread. Give me that bread. All right, there's his inventory full. And then a trapdoor. Give him a little nudge. Is he not going to work without a composter? He's kind of working. It's one thing I was worried about. Like, when I tried moving the composter away, he kept trying to go to the composter. But now, like, is my webcam frozen, by the way? Was it frozen for, like, a really long time? There he goes. Okay, let's see if we can get him going. They don't seem to quite work as well without the composter. Now he's working. Okay. But he's like stopping for long periods of time. I don't understand why he's leaving so much unharvested. He's just standing there while it grows back. Some of that is because I've upped the random tick speed. It's growing back faster, but he's just stopping. Stop. You can see the difference between him having access to a composter, even though he can't use it, and him not having a composter. That's a pretty big difference. Is he actually? He's actually using it, isn't he? Get down. So it looks like it's just a little bit of a manual effort. So I've got to drop them down back here. I can have all the seeds back there. If I have a couple extra stacks, even if he starts composting them, he'll immediately pick up the extra seeds. And then as soon as he starts walking over here, I just block off this spot right here. Just block that off so he can't get back in. And then the composter's blocked off and he can't get at it. and his inventory should be full at that point. And he'll keep working because he's got to have a composter, and it's got to be in the area. Otherwise, he just does stupid stuff. I'm pretty sure because he had access to his composter that his inventory is all full. So let's try this again. The way that I was saying. So if we drop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we drop our villager down here. Now he's got 10 stacks, 8 stacks. As soon as he walks out, we block it off. And he should start doing his thing on his own. And he should be leaving wheat behind because he has no inventory space to pick it up. So it's just despawning is what's happening. He's not picking it up. All right, so that seems to be a workable solution. And that's actually working all right. So then we just need rails underneath to come through and collect all this stuff. It's a little bit of a hassle. I wonder if I could just like put this in the wall and block it. Because it's taking up kind of a lot of space. Not that that space, like he's not harvesting all the crops. He's harvesting almost all of the crops. Which means we've got a good number of crops. All right, we're getting somewhere. Definitely getting somewhere. Next step, how do I clear out their inventory? First of all, I guess they just make them plant it, huh? Because I could have him throw it at another guy. So say we've got, I don't know how much of it he'll throw though. This needs to be a trapdoor, so he thinks he can walk through it. Is that what this is? Yeah, basically. And so if I put a villager here and a villager here, this one needs a composter. Oh, I could just give him a compost. Will they compost everything? All right, so if I give him 8 stacks of carrots, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 42 food. He's composting. He's not sending any of his food over here. Does he need to think he can crop plant? Let's go with slab. Water. Hoe. And some dirt. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how I can clear their inventory if they've got a different type of food that I don't want them to have. Oh, we need a... So he stops jumping up on top of that. It's just going to make him reproduce. I can just pick the crops as he plants them. But then he might pick them back up if I'm doing this in vanilla. You would need a fairly large crop area and just drop him down in it. And then you'd have to lure him out at some point. That's one way I could do it. Just set up a big crop area, drop the villager in, have them plant everything, and then remove the composter, and you can lure them out with another composter, and they'll just leave. But he's not sending anything to this guy. What's different here? This guy doesn't have a profession. I don't see anything different. He doesn't want to share his food. All right, let's try it the other way then. Eight stacks is quite a lot, though. I don't know. I've been breeding my guys with villagers. Or just any breeding, as long as they end up with any of the items. They're not going to be wheat seeds, and so we need to get rid of them. No, farmers don't need a bed. This guy doesn't have a bed. They need a bed for iron golems. They don't need a bed for farming. They have to have slept in order to summon an iron golem. Yeah, just making a little area. But this is, what is this? This is barely one stack of carrots here. So you'd have to make several of these or make a bigger one. Let's just make a bigger one. I actually don't want these two sides. I could have filled it with air, but whatever. Another one. Paste it down. Probably. This would be 16, 16, 16, 16. And this should be the max that one can do, because they can do 4 blocks in each direction, right? So this should be, and this is 64 plus 8. Yeah, it's like 80. So let's do that. Howdy. How you doing today? Everyone having a good Sunday? And this time I don't really care if he... Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anybody coming out of breeder shouldn't hopefully have a full inventory full of items. Hate how they do that. And then I'd have to come back through and remove them and pick them all up for myself before they grow full and he unplants them, because then he would end up with more, and you don't want that. You don't want that happening at all. But I would be in regular tick warp, so we'd be in regular mode, and then I would be in vanilla. Just doing this and waiting for him to, and I would have enough inventory space to do this. Let's just clear out my inventory. Hello? I don't know who. It's still, so he still got some food in his inventory. 9 is actually quite a lot, because I think it's like 8 foods to make a single. It's the breeding items that they're looking for. He's like specifically trying to pick up the items as I break them. He's being a little annoying about it. And he's not continuing to plant. Why is he not continuing to plant? Why have you stopped? Minecraft villager, clear inventory. How do we do that? It's possible to clear villager's inventory. Not with commands. Death. I don't know if there is. Oh, so he did plant more. So that's good. I'm wondering if there's a point at which he like will stop planting. I guess if we put him in the farm at the state at which he has a small number of carrots, he would plant them, but then he would slowly start picking up wheat seeds. And like if he filled the rest of his inventory with wheat seeds and you got rid of the carrots, I don't know. because he doesn't seem to want to go beyond a certain point. Or maybe it's just really slow. He went down to 8. No, he's still going. It's just really slow. Down to 3. So that's a pretty small amount of food. I think if they did have a few carrots in their inventory, I don't know, they could end up, if they get rid of that, they could end up picking up wheat, and then that could cause problems in the long run. So it might be worth trying to figure out how to clear their inventory entirely. Let's give ourselves a hoe to fix it. It bugs me. Bugs me. We want to be in survival mode. Down to 2. Fortunately, I can't just speed the game up and slow it back down in vanilla. And he's down to 0, but he could still have a couple more. No, it looks like he's empty. Okay. So that's a way to empty his inventory. And then what I could do is, let's go into creative, is remove this. And then set it up over here. Where'd the glass wall go? Did I never fill it? Yeah, okay, that would work. I mean, I seem to have... So this was the idea. What I would do is I just give him a little way out right here. So there was supposed to be a wall here. And then if you make a little hole here, you put a composter here. And like a trapdoor. They'll go right for the composter. They should. Ooh. Did, really? He was able to tag that from 1 block away. There we go. Okay. So that's what I want. And that'll get them out of this area into the area that I want them to be, just by removing that composter and putting one over here. And then we can get them out. We obviously wouldn't want to leave this open. So you'd have to, like, I don't know, just manually get them out. So it's a bit of a process to clear out their inventory. This guy's still working? Yeah, looks like everything's still working here. He's just dropping wheat on the ground. Yeah, looks like he's working fine. It seems like a good size, too. They're keeping most of it active, but not all of it. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's really focused on that composter, and he's not hitting. I think, like, he's just never hitting these blocks, is he? He comes out to here. All right. Yeah, he's hitting them. He just seems to keep pretty busy. All right. Well, that is a possible working solution. So if we really, I don't know what I did there, but didn't work. I guess these aren't going to be super stackable. They'll still be stackable. It just might look a little weird. It won't look as nice as some of the others. All right, so let's fill this from here all the way down to there with some rails. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted them all to face in that one direction. There it goes. Okay. So, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should be there, and then probably 7 from the other side. 3. Although if we did want to stack these, then having levers underneath, we'd want these to be redstone blocks or something like that, probably, just so it doesn't take up a whole nother block. I guess these switches could just be in, but we have glass borders below. That probably wouldn't work. I think redstone blocks is probably the right way, making it a great deal more expensive. At least there's only 2 rows though. So it's a couple stacks. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 27 times 2, 54 per row, or per, that's not too bad for redstone blocks. It's not too bad at all. We have an odd number. Oh, it's still an odd number, but we're grabbing. I guess we don't need this one. We don't need the one on the other side either. There's nothing there. And then what we want to do is we want this to come back this way. I don't think we want that, like that. That should work. And then let's see, hopper pointing straight down. And then we need a comparator on that. And then should be a torch, I think. I think the way it usually works is this, so that you can pull a block out right there. And then this. Like so. So as long as it's empty, this rail will be powered. As soon as it has something, it should stay for a second. And we actually have rails there. So it should stop for a second, empty out all those rails. And then it should let it go once, oh, we have to drop these into something else. There it goes. All right. Should be that, right? No, the rails didn't align correctly, but that's fine. Can we fix those actually? Just by repasting? Yeah. There we go. And then some slide blocks. And some glass. And some pistons. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, no, this one needs to be, I guess we could just leave that like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Is this out of range? I don't think a piston will pull that many blocks. Oh. Got levers set up as my... Yeah, well, so we need that to be separate. That sucks. I guess we could make them smaller sections. So that actually turns it off when you do that. So that's kind of nice that you got a nice on-off switch. This one didn't stop. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. There we go. Do the same thing over here. Oh, because it was in the middle of... I see. You do have to be careful of that. I only want this one rail to be powered. No, we're actually collecting stuff. That's good. Means we can get a rate. 122 per hour. Well, that's per farm though, so far. 114 per hour. Not super fast. Okay, that looks silly. $128 per hour. We're getting a lot more seeds. I don't think it grows in multiples the way that carrots and potatoes do, so we're gonna end up getting fewer rates. I don't remember what the rates on the other one were. Obviously, we'd multiply this by 4. We'd have 4 per level. Is there anything preventing him from growing on that spot? Right, the tick warp ended. How long was that? That was an hour. And we got 100. Yeah, 124 wheat in an hour. That's not fantastic. Not gonna lie. I don't know if there's much. I think I'm doing it in the most efficient way, honestly, unless he's picking it up, which he has no food in his inventory. If he picked up wheat, he'd be turning it into bread. He'd be holding on to it. We'd get bread out of our output. It's been an hour, so I don't think he's gotten anything other than wheat seeds in his inventory. So I don't think that's the problem. I think we're doing it as efficiently as possible. It's just not super efficient to begin with. But it's automatic, and we can stack this. This is a little awkward to stack, though. This whole rail thing. It's gonna... I guess we could just put it in the back. And maybe we could hide these rails. Because I kind of don't want to see this whole thing all the time. If we're making like a nice looking tower of wheat farms. So that's something to explore, is how do we want to stack these to make it look nice? And do we want to keep this pattern? Can we make it a perfect square? I mean, I can't think of any reason why we couldn't. Because, like, I mean, they don't tend to go over to this section. So I don't know. But there's no reason we couldn't run water all the way over to this corner, and then that would water all these crops. There might be some range calculation that's keeping him in this range. Because he doesn't seem to grab these ones. I don't think it matters that much if we grab these quarters or not. I'd like to not have the rails there, though, if we weren't going to... And we can't... We have to have them on this side. We don't have to have them on this side. And that leads to lack of symmetry. So I guess we might as well run these out to the corners, is I guess what I'm getting at. Just for the looks of everything. Even if they don't even end up using that. Just because it's a little bit better looking. Something like this. Water. Make this one a light. This one glass, like that. least we don't have to worry about the mine carts getting filled. Wonder if it'll even ever plant in that corner. All right, let's see. Let's do this. I mean, if he doesn't come to this corner, I guess I could just plant things in this corner. It's never going to do anything, but I don't know. It just seems like having that corner cut out doesn't make much sense. I don't know. I could potentially... Yeah, I want to mess with this a little bit. All right, so there's no reason for anything to be here. Except that. But I'd like it to come over here, fill in this area. Because, like, we don't have to worry about these mine carts aren't going to fill up. None of those words mean anything to me. I don't know what any of those things are. Is this actually going to work? This does not make sense. Oh, it wants to join with that. It's probably not going to work. I think we're going to have problems right at the very... No. Is this actually going to catch all of these areas? Allowing us to leave the corner off. So it goes down this row, comes back, comes down to this end, clears that one out, comes down this end, that way, and comes back. Oh, I didn't think that would work. Can I do it to the other end too? Because that allows me to leave this corner out. Oh, I left the corner in, so I might have built it a little bit wrong. What was it, like this? Oh, shoot. so there's no reason to go on this block. So we want to turn it here. But we do need rails right there, which makes it so that we can't build a solid wall right here to fill this in so that we don't have to look at these rails, because we can do it here. We can do it here, but then we have to leave this exposed, which might not be such a bad thing. First of all, I probably want another color here. We could just make it glass and like see the rails through. I just don't want to leave it open air because it looks weird. That's kind of fun. But then we don't get to do it here. We'd have to do something like that, which looks a little strange. All right. It is pretty fun though. And we don't need this. That actually has to be a solid block though. That one right there. Unless, yeah, no, it has to be a solid block. And we'd have to, we could turn these ones a block sooner. I think that's fine. We could do like that. But this one block has to be solid. So we could just do concrete or something like that. Just fill this with solid blocks so we don't have to look at it. It's an idea. I'd kind of like them to go in a block in order to get some... Hey, what's up, Asta? I could just have it come out a block. It might look... So if we did... I don't know what color concrete. Let's go with gray because I'm a boring person. So if we did something like this, it actually looked pretty nice. It gives the building some depth. Like this. And then we could even like bring bars up between the layers to give it some building structure. Definitely here and possibly there. Or maybe just here and not here. Like this. It's actually pretty good looking. It's not a horrible idea. We'd also cover these. And then maybe I would make this out of a different block too. Wife sent me a picture, sorry. That's not too bad. I like this design. I think I like this better than trying to juggle, trying to make it work the other way that we were trying. And so, and then I can just do this. This is a bit of a problem though, right here, because this is slime block. I don't know how obvious a block of obsidian would be, but we'd also need another block right here. And this would normally probably be a window. So we couldn't have a block there either. Or there. Or, yeah, this one's fine. This one's not. It's not a very nice window. Did I lose the minecarts on both of these? Looks like it. Here, let's just turn this off and see where we have minecarts and where we don't. There we go. Let's actually turn the side off and remove this corner here. No, not even close to fast enough. You could probably run one minecart across the entire thing if you really wanted to. Usually it's easier to just run them every other row like this. I've set up ones where I've run like for 4 rows. That works fine too. Something's wrong here. Yeah. Supposed to have another corner. I'm supposed to keep this one. So yeah, these are super slow. Each section here, this guy is going to give me 124 wheat per hour, 128, 130, somewhere in that range. Not super important. So times 4 is what? Less than 1,000 per hour. And a single hopper can handle. So yeah, you could run one minecart over the entire thing without any problem. It's actually not a bad idea. Should I just run one minecart over the entire thing? It would make a much smaller unloader section. That would be a lot easier to hide, which I think is what you're getting at. So we don't want this unloader here anymore. The other thing is it needs to get everything before 5 minutes. So the entire section needs to run, or the entire loop, whatever, has to run in less than 5 minutes. That's true too. And if this thing is as slow as it is, then you would probably want many layers of it. And so that might actually make it easier to build too. Yeah, we're going to go that route. I think you're onto something. See, this is why I like streaming this kind of stuff, because I did not think of that. All right. So this would be a border wall. And this is a border wall. So we need the first minecart to come this way and then probably turn and come this way like that. And then come back this way. And then back this way. A little bit of weirdness here, though. I guess we could just continue this because we can do this wall like I was saying. So the fact that there's this isn't going to pick anything up, but it's not going to hurt anything either. And then it'll come back. to the beginning. So there's some more weirdness there. Because we've got an odd number of rows. So that's kind of, I guess we could start here. Same principle we did up there. And we could just have this run into the middle. We'll figure that out in a second. And then we can come back all the way here. That'd work. We just need to run to here. And then we can just repeat this cycle until we get to the other end. These are all going to end up on the same track at some point. Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. All right. Yes, I was sorry. My wife called, and so I was talking to her. And I muted so that you don't hear half of a conversation, because that's just weird. My little waving guy, apparently I accidentally deleted the animation for that. There's supposed to be a little waving guy that pops up on the screen, and it can't find the file, so I must have deleted it. I put it in the wrong place, and I was clearing out some files, so I might have to regenerate that. So we've got some more weirdness down here. So this is, so far this is looking all right. I don't think this has been anywhere close to 5 minutes, but we've got some weirdness at this end. When it starts, I guess we could do it this way, actually, now that I think about it. It's a little bit of a mess, but let's just do this. We don't need to get it out of this one. So like, oh, that's weird, because we can just literally just do this, can't we? We actually need powered rails somewhere. So I guess we might as well bring it over to here, just so that we get some powered rails here, because we can just do a row powered no, not like that. Can I just, no? Why won't it face in the direction I want it to face? I thought they were supposed to do that now, where they would, if you place them, they always place in the direction that you're facing. Apparently not. Thought that was fixed. All right, let's see where we end up here. That's going to require quite a bit more power, though. That's going to eat up some redstone blocks right there. There might be a better way to do this. I honestly don't love this. This is a little weird. It works. We can't actually, I wanted to avoid actually bringing something back here though, which is kind of a problem. I didn't want to have to, because like if I have to use this anyways, if I have to put blocks and rails on this, then there's no point in doing all this other stuff, because we already had this. So we need a way to get back on this odd number of rows. Okay, I guess, hold on. We still have this right here. This is going to be a problem no matter what, isn't it? So we're coming here. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go here. Something like this. Let's go here. And we'll come back and we'll go this way. And we'll come back. This is actually fine because this is just a border. There we go. I think we got it. Just like that. Boom and boom. Now it comes back, and wherever we want to set up our little station, we can. And I had one on powered rail right here. There we go. And that should be nice and clean. So if we... I don't want to destroy all of this. I know how to make this. This is just a copy paste. This is not a big deal. Okay, let's just destroy all this. Fill with air. Boom. Gone. Get rid of all these minecarts. All right, so we are going to end up with an extrusion of some sort. There's not really much that can be done about that, but we can make it a lot better than what we had before by a pretty large margin. All right, so this is all safe. This is all fine. So it comes in here and it comes back here. It could potentially. Because what I'm thinking is if we got our starter rail right here, and then, oh, I guess that we'd have a hopper underneath it. And we'd actually, we need to run our hoppers outside of it like this. So we're actually going to point our hopper that way. Because otherwise we can't run them straight down. It would be very weird. And then I guess we have this and we have this. Now this won't work the way I want it to. Anyways. So, hopper, minecart, or rail, this guy, comparator. Oh, did I? Right. All right. And then, so comparator into a torch. And then, so that's the basic. Doesn't extrude too much. We just have a little, we can hide all this if we want to. I don't think that's too bad of a deal. But then we need to get the other side. One thing I could do is literally just run it up. Like this. Oop, not like that. Guess like this. I don't know if I want to do that. I might be able to turn this like this. Like that. No, it's not going to turn, is it? So that's the other way. I think this will work. All right, let's see if this works. Let's power everything first. And we should probably time it so it's 12:14 right now. I don't think there's any chance this is going to take 5 minutes. So I don't think entities can despawn while this is running. And in fact, we've got a rail that it's going to pick up fairly late in the game. I have no idea how long that rail's been there. I'm worried. I think you're probably trolling me, but I will go ahead and I'll type this command. So it should have an item in it. Let's actually drop a stack of items here for it to pick up. So that it takes a second, because I want to make sure it stops here. Because it didn't. That's what I was worried about. It did not stop there. Because there's a delay here. There's a couple tick delay. So that's bad. I could try the going over. We could at least see if it works. And if it'll stop properly. I don't particularly like this method. Oh, it's 12:16, by the way, and it's already run once, so it runs another 2 minutes. So we don't have to worry about it timing out. And it shouldn't ever get full. Although there are a lot of wheat seeds. Did it not pick that up? Is it full? It is full. It's not stopping. Maybe... Shouldn't matter. I should actually make it worse. Oh, did I skip right over it? Come on. It apparently didn't work, though, because otherwise... Maybe 2 power rails? It's actually not a bad idea. What in the world? All right. I think it did actually make it worse. I think we want it going sideways. Generally, anytime you put a comparator on a hopper that's pointing downward into another hopper, put 2 hoppers and 2 powered rails on top, and that might give enough delay like that. I don't think I need the second hopper, honestly, but let's do a little skip here. Let's see if this works. It is working. I don't know if it's going to start again, though. I don't think this will start again when it repowers. Let's pull all these items out. Speed it up a little bit. Yeah. I actually have an idea. All right, so maybe I need like a that, but I need this one to go in not that direction. So I don't think that'll work. Because this one to go that way. I need this one to come back, but I need this one to go that way. Because I want it to loop back first and actually hit this rail from this direction. I think that's the important part. And I'm not entirely sure how to set up that rail. Because it's kind, I mean, my furnace array, it's kind of big, the unloading logic. But essentially, oh, actually, you might be onto something. That would be it is big though. You need a slope because and then because that's how this would work is you do that, not that, this, and then you'd have a detector rail here, and then a comparator here. And it should be, if this is empty, that's open, I think. Yeah. The thing with the fence gate is it requires a slope. So if we're doing this up here, we'd end up with, if we're stacking this, we'd end up with some weirdness. I could probably deal with this, but we'd end up with this being kind of visible. Because we can hide this. Oh, I guess we'd end up with this anyways. So we could just hide this side if we need to. So it's probably not the end of the world. And then it should be something like this. I don't think this is the way I've done it before, but this should stop a minecart. Just hit a solid block and bounce back on the ones. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's technically true. But then it would be running 2 full runs before it unloads. Unless you had an unloader on both sides. Because it would start at an unloader, it would go, it'd bounce back to the other end, and then come back to the unloader. It would, I don't know if it'd be over full at that point. I could set up all the farms. and we could find out, I suppose. That did not work. Um, popping over to my, I want to see the redstone. 1 second. I broke my little door, unfortunately. I need to fix that. Make the mine. Yeah, actually, that's not a horrible idea. Because I could just. I've got so many powered rails. Most of those aren't even necessary. So the basic unloading mechanism is this. Yeah, but we've got another comparator up here so that it catches it early. But we've got this slope. So I think it's that extra comparator up here that makes the difference. And then we got, yeah. So it's this with another comparator here. Like so. So that it activates this as soon as it hits this point. So it activates a little earlier. This should have inventory in it no matter what. Yeah. Of course, I didn't set up a minecart or a hopper of any sort, but it did stop it. And then let's set up some wool. Well, I'm probably going to throw away the seeds, but I'm going to collect them. Like, they're going to get collected no matter what. Because he can't carry all the seeds. Thank you. There we go. We can actually get a pretty good idea here how many items he's going to pick up in one run. All right, we could run it for 2 full runs. That's 1 full run, and we got, like, what? Like, we wouldn't even hit a stack of each. This is not draining, though. I think I had a hopper minecart underneath it, is what I did. Because it's on a partial block, and it's, like, up there. Let's simplify this. Can I keep this all contained in this little tiny area? Is a real question. So we do need to gather from these 2 spots right here. And then we can turn. Get this out of the way. I would end up with a hopper chain coming out of it no matter what. This would descend down into the next layer below. But it could be on a glass block. But then you would see the bottom of the comparator, which actually looks a lot like these. That's probably not the worst thing ever, because you'd see this. Yeah, you could barely even tell that's a comparator. And we've got this hopper chain, so we could probably just cover this section up if it looks really ugly. And then we'll do this. Hopper like that. Is that gonna, that's not gonna turn that rail or anything like that. What if I filled every slot on the thing? That would be that, and we would also want some way to turn the rails off, which would be something like this. So we'd have this obtrusion right here, which is pretty good, all things considered. We've had this, and we could move this over to the center if we wanted it centered. It would make the minecart take a little bit longer because I just did it right at the end of the line, but it's not, I mean, we're talking seconds. It's not that big of a deal. I think it might be worth moving this towards the center. Because then this is the way that we turn it off, just by removing that block right there. And then the minecart would stop no matter what. But you can see it bounces down to the end. It's done run one run. And it's barely got 7 and 10. And then the rails, they don't count because they're just rails that I dropped. So even if you multiply that by 4 and then multiply it by 2, it's still not, oh, geez, really? It's still not enough to fill a minecart. Even in like the worst conditions. It's what? Still less than a stack of each item. Now, it does take a while before you actually get those items. So if you start up the farm, you're not going to get anything for a good couple minutes. I mean, that's probably not the end of the world. It's a slow farm. But you can build it in multiples. And this definitely keeps the entity count down and keeps the building nice and compact. And we gotta keep, I do like how these corners look. I think they look nice. I think it looks better with the corners than if it were just a solid red rectangle. It should still be dumping right now. And then it should start going. It's not going to get so filled with items that it takes too long to dump, I don't think. It would have to dump a couple stacks at a time, though. Because it'd have to dump all those seeds, and then it'd have to dump all the... How can we filter it so that we don't... We'd have to fill up every inventory slot so that it doesn't pick up the seeds, because the seeds it has to unload, and that takes time. And so if I don't have to unload, if I don't have to keep the seeds... Oh, that's actually got to be there. That might be preferred. Oh, man. I'm supposed to, like, not be able to, like, bump into these things. I'm in creative no clip. I shouldn't be able to bump into the mine carts. For some reason I can. Are you even doing anything? Because it's got a whopping 2 seeds, or 2 wheat. Why does that sometimes happen? I'm not supposed to be able to bump it. Maybe... Because then I could put an extra item in each one of the slots and then just not remove that item. There's not a lot of room. I'd have to do it this way. And then... like... this. And then... it starts protruding into the other farm here. I could do it this way so that it doesn't. We don't need a fancy item filter. We can just do one of the basic ones like this. I'm so used to the smart ones, the safe ones, that I always forget how to do these regular ones, these old school ones. That, and guess that would do it, right? Or, oh, this is what it is, yeah. It's like that. And then we could put a chest here or whatever. Right. Where'd our wool go? That would be our wool right there, and then we would have... oh, that is not the item you want to use as a filter. That is the exact item you don't want to use as a filter. Let's turn this off. Let's tick warp. So then if we put... oh, but then it's going to come... so we need this one to be the filter, don't we? All right. Maybe. But the goal here is to not pick them up because it costs time to dump them, to dump them into a hopper filter. And that means that the minecart isn't moving while it's unloading. And since we only have one unloader, if you've got a whole stack of seeds, it might be. I think we're not going to end up getting enough seeds for it to matter. But I wanted to try out this idea first because it's kind of neat. And then let's do farmland. And then we would... oh, but yeah, I don't see it working because, like, we can't... I can put items in here, but if he picks up... I can't make sure that he always keeps one. I mean, I guess it could. I don't think it's worth the effort. I think you guys are right. I don't think it's worth the effort required. I think it's a lot easier. Here, I can actually keep this contained, can't I? I don't know where I can run the redstone, but if I do this, yeah, there's actually, I should be able to run redstone through here if I need to. So then I can turn it on and off. Actually, we want this to come out here. That's actually what we want. And this will be this. That's not the worst thing ever. If we got a chain of hoppers coming out the outside of the building and that's it, that's pretty fantastic. We do have this exposed redstone down here because like the rest of this wall would look like this. So we do have some exposed redstone. And if we want to run redstone up through this, we'd have exposed redstone here too. Actually, we'd have to run it through the glass. So we'd probably have to run the redstone outside of the wall. Yeah, because, no, that's not bad. I don't think it's anything we need to worry about, though. So it'll be 4 times that many items. But I think this one was sitting for a second, so we might have some extra items. So let's do it again. There we go. See how full this one is. This should be our average. Yeah. Okay. It's not. We can sort out the seeds. We can compost the seeds, and we'll be fine. It's not gonna fill up. Even if we got 4 times as much, it's not gonna ever be anything that we need to worry about. Because this thing's just too slow. But the principle's all there. The hardest part is getting this guy filled with the seeds. I might actually have to use a micro farm in order to get all those seeds. I don't think I usually throw them away. I don't think I have a ton of seeds. All right, so we can't run. I don't know how bad the levers look. So this one right here can't be a lever. There should be another one over here. Right here. That can't be a lever. And then the same thing down here. This one can't be a lever. And then this one can't be a lever. And also, these are fine. This one can't be a lever. That one has to be a redstone block? I don't like that. Then there'll be a glass block right there, though. So I guess we'd do this, wouldn't we? That means we don't have those sea lanterns there. But actually, we've got the sea lanterns above it, so it should be fine. Those were just put there for consistency, but we're going to cover them up anyways. Anything else I need? So this one, we actually didn't need to do this one. We do need to do this one. Like that. And I don't think we have the same problem on the other side. We don't. We do have a problem here with this one right here. We can just move this one in. But then that's still, there's a glass block there. I need to power this rail from somewhere. That actually works, doesn't it? That won't work over here, but it will work over here. That's one way to power a rail. Everything else can be powered with levers. It will look a little, I mean, we'll see them from below. Oh yeah, I compost the seeds, don't I? I could just turn that off to get a bunch of seeds. Good point. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I guess we just I want to see what these things look like stacked on top of each other. Yep. A little messy over here, but generally not too. Actually, we could just close this area off or something like that. And it wouldn't look half bad. I don't know if gray concrete's what I wanted to use for it, but it just looks like a little structural element. It's not too bad. I'll stack a few of them and I'll get a better idea of how I want to do that. Just stacks on top of that. So we can... So we don't want this one, but we do need to grab from this layer. So here's the starting point. No. And I can't type. There we go. Arrow. I mean, everybody should do what they enjoy the most. I don't really care what other people do. Personally, for me, I don't do it because I don't think it's very interesting for videos. There's usually a lot more interesting ways to farm those items than duping them. But sand is obviously a problem, and I can't believe they released 1.17 without giving us a way to make renewable sand, but they still haven't done it. So that's a big problem. And if people feel the need to dupe in order to address that problem, I think they're right, honestly. All right. Let's just make a separate stack here. And we want to, we want to replace with non-air. We don't want to replace all because I'm placing a bunch of air blocks here. Because we need to place this layer on top of this layer like this. I think, no, one layer up. It should be like this, I think. Is how it should look. Now these levers do look pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. The building looks cool. Actually, that looks really cool. I think the levers probably get replaced with redstone blocks. Because seeing them through the glass looks pretty awful. But if somebody wanted to be cheap about it, it's not bad. It's like a stack of redstone blocks per level. It's not the worst thing ever. But I do like how this building looks. Like that looks really good. Like you could easily make this into a giant tower and get a lot out of it. I think probably still want to keep this one hidden right here. Like that. And this could also be done without full solid powered rails. There's no reason. It's just easier to design that way. And it's easier to build that way too, honestly. So I will probably build it this way because I have all these powered rails, but if you didn't, that would probably be fine too. Where else do we have levers? We have a lever here. Is this necessary? That one's not necessary. Is this one even doing anything? These were old levers, okay. So we don't need those ones. That one's up there. We got a few more right here. This one. Okay, that one's actually covered. Can we do anything like that over here? Yes. We can just do the same thing right here. We don't even need to like put them up in the air. These can just be right on the ground. this. Just boop. I think we could just do the same thing over here. It's just easier. Where'd that minecart go? There it is. All right, so that's with 0 levers hanging down and just a few rows of red. That actually looks pretty good. I don't mind that at all. So let's grab this again. Oops. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, let's just start over again. I messed it up. There should be 1 block of overlap, and then we're good to go. That looks a lot better without all those levers. Like that. Looks a lot cleaner. Did it not paste fully? It did not. How did it do that? How did that happen? It's pasted at an angle. Like how even did I do that? Regardless, I do think this looks pretty good. I wonder if we want all of these. We do need these lights. The lights, that actually does look better without that middle beam in there. The lights make sure, because crops are not mob proof. So if we turn on our light overlay, I don't think it's showing. It's acting like it can't spawn anything here, but it can, and it will. And we also have this outside border here. So we do need the lights. What, do you not want me to have any free time? We'll see. I'll probably build it pretty big. Just because it's so slow. There is a limit though. So if we're looking at, isn't there, yeah, there is a calc. Um, 130 times, is it double calc? 130, so 130 times 4, so that's per level, 512. So 9,000 divided by 512. So that is 17 levels off of a single hopper chain. At that point, you'd have to, once you get past 17 levels, probably 16 levels just to be sure, you'd have to add another set of hoppers coming down. Otherwise, this set of hoppers would be running full time. So you'd have to do something like this and just have another set running down the building. And then at the higher levels, and you would probably hopper dropper, hopper dropper, hopper dropper, or hopper chest or something like that in order to hide this. But then this would come from the higher levels and then the lower levels. So we deposit into this row. So, but there, unlike the other crop farm that tops out at 24, and that's 4 hopper chains. This one, not so much. This one's a lot slower. That's actually kind of concerning. Oh, that is wheat and wheats. That is just wheat. So yes, you would hit that limit a lot earlier. You're right. Why is this the other one so much faster though? Because the other one was times 4. Would be about 1,500 per level. Whereas we're getting, what did I say the number was? 130 times, we're getting 512. So we're getting a third of the number of items from this farm as we are from the carrot and potato ones. A third of the number of wheat. The seeds, I'm not counting in that. But we do, I don't remember what the rate was on the seeds. So let's find out. What's he doing? I guess he's working. Hello, how you doing? All right, that's actually looking pretty good. 152. Let's let it run for a minute. See if we get a better rate. Looks like there's about twice as many seeds as there are wheat, give or take. So I guess we are getting the same number of items. It's just we're getting a lot of seeds that we can't really use. That's probably about our number. That's looking about right. So let's overestimate this at 400 total items times 4 for each level. So 5 levels per. Is my camera, does my camera keep freezing? I'm not sure if it's freezing or not. It looks weird in my little preview. Okay, it looks like it's moving. Okay. So 5 levels per hopper chain, give or take, maybe 6. So yeah, we probably could max out at 24. We could obviously just add more hopper chains. We just end up with a whole bunch of, we'd end up with a pretty bulky section right here where we're dealing with all the hopper chains that are coming down from the bottom of the building, which is probably not the worst thing in the world. And again, hopper dropper. We set it up like this instead. And then since we're sorting out items, like at no point are we ever going to hit the limit of a 4x shulker loader. So even if we had 8 hopper chains coming down here, we're still going to have less than 4 of them that are actually wheat. The rest are going to get sorted into a composter. So it probably wouldn't be a big deal. We could even just do this. This actually looks pretty nice. And you could probably just do that. And I think you could probably carry this for 24 floors and end up with something like this. If you needed an extra buffer. Also, the height of it is 5. So 120 blocks for 100. So it's not quite world height. Because you start at 60. I don't know why I needed to calculate for that. It's obviously 180. So you're not going to hit world height, but it's going to be a really big building. Actually see what that looks like. It also requires a ton of villagers. Yeah, that's actually not a horrible idea. Could just don't even need a water stream. They like just gravity. So that's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. I'm still kind of, I'm not waiting for it to paste fully. That's what's happening. 7. 8. All right, so that's 8 layers. How did, what? How did my selection end up that? There we go. It's a little messed up, but whatever. Oh, at the bottom. Yeah, you even said just an empty column. You do need a water stream at the bottom, though. You're right. All right. I'd venture to say this is actually starting to look pretty ridiculous at this height. But we'll see. I honestly don't think I'd build it higher than 24. You can. But yeah, it looks ridiculous. That actually looks pretty awesome. I definitely think we remove the middle column. And somebody just joined the, no? I just heard somebody, I thought somebody joined our player chat. Yeah, I definitely think we get rid of that beam. And just put a sorter at the bottom. One second. All right. So how would that work if we dispense them? What's going on here? Oh, this is still got items. That's fine. Okay. Let's do a dropper. I don't know if this would work. I don't usually like this type. Oh, it's not even working. Oh, yeah. Okay, so if I put one item in it, it spits it out. But if I hopper feed 15 items, it only spits one out because it just stays. Nope, just not working. Okay. That's fine. The other super compact method is noisy, but shouldn't be a big deal. So we'd actually be shooting it down a tube like this. We could even make it a join with this one over here. It'll probably look a little better. Can we though? Can we actually? I don't know if this is going to mess up the rail thing. Guess we'll find out. Did I lose the minecart? Looks like I did. It's right there. All right, so let's put that in. And then this probably wouldn't be glass, but not going to worry about the exact materials just yet. That's kind of silly. We couldn't put, oh, we can't put a block there. We'd have to put one there. So this is all pretty exposed. So that's a way we could get the items out of each level. We just drop them straight down like this, and we just have a water column down there. Yeah. This is just the compact one. Because, like, otherwise you've got to, like, feed a redstone back into this in order to get the regular clock running. or something like this. It would be probably a solid block, and then a note block, and an observer. Like this. No, we want the opposite, don't we? How did I do this before? I think I set it up over here. And then that's not encouraging. Oh, because we need power to... There we go. I think this could even be a note block. Because we should be quasi-powering it, yeah. So like that works too. Note into observer face. Yeah. Into solid block, note block and top. Yeah, yeah. It's just a matter of you want to turn it off when the yeah. This is one light tileable, but if you do these, the slower ones, the more standard, we do this. Usually it's usually what I do is solid block into redstone dust. Into another solid block, into a repeater, into this, and then usually I use a target block like that. So that's the slower one. This is the hopper speed one, but it's too wide. Could subtract mode composter on the side? Oh, I see. Okay, if you're like with this. What signal are we comparing it against, though? Like, I'm not sure I understand what you mean here. Oh, I see. Here. Well, this is nice and quiet, and it actually looks pretty nice. I don't really dig this observer here, or this comparator here. But, like, it wouldn't be the end of the world if this were all exposed. You just had a glass column where the items can drop down into a water channel. And then this would end up stacking like this. You'd have your next one right there, I think. That's what it would end up looking like. Yeah. And if we really cared, we could just cover it up. It's actually nice and thin. And you can still see the items coming down if you wanted to. It's not horrible. I don't know if I would or not, though. I'd have to see the whole building together and kind of plan it out, but... Welcome, Hamza. How you doing? And I don't think I want that to be on a glass block, at the very least. Why is this not? Oh, I left it in subtract mode. But yeah, I think that could work. I think that's a much cleaner solution. And then we can just run that across some sorters down at the very bottom. It's a nice, easy way to do it. It's a good idea. I think we're pretty close at this point. There's some refinement and throwing the actual building together. It's like I guess it's mostly just adding the sorter down at the bottom. I could use the chocolate bar trapdoors. Oh. Little problem with trapdoors there. Reminds me of one of the hermit crafts when Impulse set up a timer for Grian, and Grian covered it with trapdoors to make it nice and thin, and like whenever it powered, it would like screw up all the trapdoors. Yeah. The note blocks are all covered, so it should be totally silent. There's blocks on top of all the note blocks, so they should never make a sound. The trapdoors is not going to work, though. Just like... I guess if we didn't put trapdoors on these specific blocks... But it's still going to wave when it comes back. This is for Jcraft. This is something I have planned. I like using a lot of target blocks. There's not a good way to get... Oh, I guess it isn't silent. We'd need a block on top of there. So that would make it silent. Or string if we needed it to, but I think that actually looks a little bit better. That's fine. We could even just fill in this whole thing or whatever. Like I said, I'll throw the whole building together and then get a good look at how I want to do that. So this is mild spoilers for a future episode, but part of the process is, I think, most of the fun. So. And also, it probably is a few episodes away. Because obviously, I got to do episode 100 first. And episode 99, which is almost done. All right. So we want this up a bit. Is that right? I don't want to... That should be right. Let's do 4. Now, does it drop water on all these crops when it does that? That's fun. Yeah, hopefully episode 100 turns out well. I have no idea how long it's going to take. Well, let's get rid of these beams here. Should have done that in the first place. So I do have something planned for episode 100. Episode 99 has already taken longer than I was hoping it would. So, but hopefully they're worth it. Hopefully doing a little bit bigger of an episode because it's a monumental thing. So, should be a lot of fun, but it might take a little while. Depends on how if everything goes my way or not. And we all know things don't ever really go your way. Like in Minecraft, like there's always a problem. There's always something that doesn't happen the way you want it to. Let's make sure this old placement is turned off. And then create another one. I should probably just put a block up here. So I can just do this. There we go. All right, that's 8. That does actually, I actually kind of like the exposed redstone. If I'm like, that actually looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. One block of overlap, that looks right. Oop. I think I double pasted. Oh, that's bad. Okay, there it goes. Man, that was a lot of water. You done yet, water? Okay. All right, let's go big. Of course, in order to fully test this, I would have to fill all these layers with villagers that only have wheat seeds in their inventory. It's actually something pretty hard to set up even in creative. Like, I don't know, this is going to take a while. Probably. I probably shouldn't have pasted in tick warp, huh? Kind of looks like an elevator shaft. That's pretty awesome. Just random carrots. Oh yeah, because all the water just trashed everything. That's fine. That's fine. We don't care. So I think that's really most of it. I would just drop this all down into a water stream, sort out the wheat from the wheat seeds, compost the wheat seeds, and choker load them both. And at this height, we should be able to 4x choker load the wheat without any problem. So let me see what the calculate. Was it 130 times 4 times 24? That's a 2x. We can do that with a 2x. And then the wheat seeds, like once composted, I'm sure a single X would handle that just fine. So yeah, we could even just take some basic loaders down here. So we need the other one to... No, that actually would work. I have. Yeah. So this is where the water would be right here. Right across this hopper. So we could even just bring it up to right here. And we need 2 of them. And I don't want this to be the front. I want this to be the back. So the front would be this. Like this. Actually kind of do want the bottom 4 to be a little bit taller. So I'm even going to bring this down a few blocks like there. And then center point is there. So maybe do this. And then this over here. For the second loader. I mean, I know I can do a single loader for the other one. But like, why bother? What side do we need this on? We need sea pickles for this one. We could even like... We don't even need sea pickles for this one. We could run this right across the hoppers. I'm gonna not. Just a little bit cleaner if we don't. 69. 69. That. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Just in case, though, like we might want to make sure that we don't end up with non-compostables ending up in there. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Oh well. What is this? Just redstone dust? That's not a big deal. Not sure we even need water after this point, but whatever. Just drop these off. Whatever is here can be fed into lava or whatever. I'd probably make this a solid wall. I don't know if I need to see the items coming through. I guess we could just continue this for the sake of it. It is kind of nice to see the items coming through. Maybe I want a divider. Something like that. I don't know. It's something. Maybe here. Not super important. And then what I should be able to do is right here. Like, that should be fine. That should actually do the job for me. So if we... Where are all these? Where'd the bone meal go? Bone meal stuck somewhere? Alright, that's not supposed to... Oh. Oh. This is my old schematic. This is not 1.16. This is 1.15. So comparator, redstone dust. Oh, no, solid block first. That's what it is. believe that's right. That looks right. Oh, are we missing hoppers? They might just be invisible. Yeah, they're just invisible. Okay. All right. I shouldn't be seeing wheat seeds though, but I dumped some in initially, so that might be what we're seeing. So if I dump them in, oh, they're just going to go into this first order. I just want this. No, don't do that. I threw a stack of wheat seeds and I got 2 bone meal. I know some of them made it through the filter and whatnot. But I don't know. I never really needed them. I think the sticky piston sides look really weird. I'd never really cared for that. All right, well, it looks like that's working. I mean, I guess there are some benefits to like being able to see the sides of the sticky pistons. And observers, I don't need, like, I guess maybe it is kind of useful, like to see it on the sides. I don't know. I just never used them. No, we don't want to block there. So we could even... We should get 2 more bone ale out of that. 1? Just 1? Oh, okay. We should get wheat seeds if we put wheat seeds over on this side. Yeah, that looks good. Or wheat. It should actually... Oh, this is a copy, isn't it? So this villager is naughty. So the general principle was, again, that what we do is we would drop a bunch of wheat seeds right here. All right, and then let's block this off and drop our villager on top of it. And then as soon as he walks out of this area, we block him off so he can't get back into that area. We probably need this to actually be fully planted already so that he doesn't use all his wheat seeds up. So I'm definitely going to need a lot of wheat seeds. But I think somebody raised a good point. I can just use my flower farm. I dropped a couple extra stacks of wheat seeds, by the way, because he will start composting. And if he sits there for a second, you want to make sure he's just picking up more wheat seeds as he's composting. That is true for tutorials and whatnot. And if you're just like, here's a one wide tileable, like, just copy this. You don't have to. Do we have a minecart running on this one? Oh, man. Oh, these rails are completely slagged. Is it this one? Where's this placement? I don't see it. Oh, am I selecting the wrong thing? That's what it is. All right, yeah, this is a single level. Okay, that's the rails. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, okay. You are going to cause problems. He's already just leaving wheat on the ground, so that's a good sign. So if we tick warp, we'll just, we should start seeing items coming in and getting sorted. It's very slow farm, but it should get us an idea that everything's working properly. I guess I don't need dirt on these blocks, so it might look a little better if I don't use dirt, but if I use some other solid block underneath the glass there to keep them out of the composter. Where's this minecart? I made the tick warp go a lot slower by adding 1,000,000 hoppers, so that kind of sucks. Because this tick warp isn't going nearly as fast as it was before. All right, should have some items coming back. There we go. Not super fantastic, but so that's the rates of this farm is 12,000 wheat per hour. At 24 levels, we get 12,000 wheat per hour. So, but it is what it is. That's actually pretty decent. I don't need that much. A shulker box of hay bales will last me a really long time. So what's that? Nine shulker boxes of wheat. Take a few hours to get that. Like, that's decent. It's not the fastest farm in the world, especially for how gigantically large it is. It's kind of a joke, but it works. Where's this mine cart? It's only dropping wheat. It's not dropping. Oh, because his inventory is not super full yet. Probably. All right. Yeah. You know, I might actually do something with that myself because I've been messing with a resource pack. So I might make my own sticky sides. I think it's a little much, but we'll see. We'll see. I might play with that because I've got. I've been messing around. I don't remember which ones I have. So we've got bacon instead of pork chops is one thing that I did. And oh yeah, the totem. I'm gonna put these in my next video, but this totem is fantastic. It's a totem that looks like me. This is fantastic. Oh, I could do that over and over again. And there's the paintings, and I think that's about it for now. But I was thinking of like playing with this stuff a bit more and making my own kind of resource pack. So it might be fun to make those, to add those utility things into it as well, to actually have that be part of the pack. Eat some bacon. But I think I'm going to end this there. We've got most of it all set up. There's just this bottom level that would need to be set up. I don't think I would actually worry too much about the I mean, the design's actually mostly here already. I would want to design the bottom and the top a little bit, but I'll worry about that at a later date. Because episode 99 will be out in the next couple days. Episode 100 will be out in the next couple weeks, and then I'll probably update to 1.17, and I'll probably do the shulker farms. So it'll probably be several weeks before I actually get to building this in survival. But I do think this is a pretty cool farm, and this is something I've been thinking of building for a while, and I wanted to get it designed, and I wanted to get back into streaming on Sundays. I think I'm going to get back to streaming on Sundays, and so I wanted something to do. Let me know if you guys have any other ideas of things that you'd like to see me stream. But I want to try and stick more to, I think people might enjoy the J-Craft style streaming stuff to other kind of streaming stuff. I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't matter that much. Maybe you guys just like me streaming whatever. But let me know. Either in the Discord or in the comments or whatever. Let me know what you guys would like to see me stream. And I'll try to do more of that. And I want to get back to doing the Sunday streams. I think they're fun. And I think this was a pretty cool build. And a 4-hour stream is pretty much perfect. This does look really tall. Like this might be a little too tall. I could maybe just build 2 of them that are 16 tall or something like that. But oh well. All right. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye now.